Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your boy, Celine Driver, me, coming to you with another not walking and talking video. Now, the reason I'm not walking today is because I need a visual aid for this video, and that is my baby right there. My beautiful 2000 Celine Mustang. An authentic Celine Mustang, by the way. Modified, of course, but an authentic Celine Mustang. And the reason I'm using that as my visual aid today is the subject of this video. The subject of this video is, in my opinion, the Ford Mustang is the greatest muscle car ever produced. Now, I realize that that's going to be controversy, and people are going to be running for the comments section, doing a type, saying, "Oh, you're full of it, Celine Driver. The Camaro is better. You're full of it, Celine Driver. The Challenger's better. The Charger's better. The Corvette's better. This is better. That's better." Okay, this is a matter of opinion. This is my opinion. It's my channel. I get to voice my opinion. But remember, before you make these comments, and you'll make the comments anyway, but I am going to point out some facts in this video that you guys who don't like Mustangs might find very uncomfortable. Look at that. Look at it. It's a beautiful car. Let's see. Fact number one. Good morning in that. Fact number one. The Mustang, which was released in 1964 and a half, about halfway through the 64 model year, hence the half. The Mustang was released in April 1964 as a 65 actually, but it was released in April 1964. Was the best-selling muscle car in its first year of any muscle car before or since. Fact number two, there's a reason that this subcategory of muscle car is referred to as pony cars. The Camaro, the Firebird, the Challenger, the Cuda, any of the AMC products that competed with the Mustang, they're all referred to categorically as a pony car. Now, where do you think the term pony car came from? Let's see. Ponies are a kind of Mustang, aren't they? Yeah. Mustangs have ponies. Mustangs are horses. Ponies are a type of horse. Pony car. That's what this is. This is, well, not this one. This one's a 2000, but the Mustang originated the pony car category. This is Genesis for this kind of car. The Mustang started it. Now, people will argue that the Mustang was beaten to market by the Barracuda, or the first iteration of the Barracuda, by a couple of months. They don't call these cars fish cars. They call them pony cars for a reason. This car set the tone. And it took General Motors almost 3 years to catch up with the crap marrow and the fire chicken. Here's another fact for you. Not the Cuda, not the Challenger, not the AMC products, not the Camaro, not the Firebird, not the Corvette. None of them, not one, has been in continuous production since inception. Not one. The Camaro and Firebird disappeared in 2002. The Firebird disappeared forever. The Mopar products disappeared in the 70s. Didn't come back until the 2000s. AMX disappeared completely. Pontiac disappeared completely. And your vaunted Corvette? No Corvettes in 1983. Go look it up. The 1983 Corvette doesn't exist. They stopped with the 82s, and they started up again with the 84s. There are no 83 production cars. There were about 45 or 50 pre-production prototypes. They were all destroyed. I think 2 of them are survivors in the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green. There are no 83 Corvettes. Look it up. Even a die-hard Corvette fan can't deny the truth. Since 1964, this car has been in production constantly. Now, were there, tiny little Pinto-based Mustang 2s from 74 to 78? Yes. Were they 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, and weak V8 slugs? Yes. Were they not very good muscle cars? Yes. But you know what? A Mustang is a Mustang. And even my Mustang brothers and sisters who make fun and disrespect the 74 to 78 Mustang 2s, I always tell them, show some respect for that car. Because if it weren't for those cars, the Mustang nameplate may have disappeared forever. Because you never know what Ford could do or not do. In 79, they came out with the Fox body, and then in 82, they came out with the 2-barrel Hypo V8 that reignited the muscle car war that we've been riding ever since. And again, it was the Mustang that led the way in 1982 with a high performance, high horsepower V8 motor when when the F bodies, the brand new F bodies that came out in 82, were powered by weak, horrible, poor performing V8s. And the Mustang came out with a high revving, high horsepower V8. And then in 83, they stuck a 4-barrel on that motor, and they just ran away from the F bodies. And it wasn't until the F bodies put a 350 in those cars, because they were overweight and oversized and overpriced, that they became competitive with the Mustang again. Competitive. Point number 4. You go back and you read Mustang magazines from that era: Car and Driver, Road and Track, Motor Trend, Hot Rod, Carcraft, Auto Week, whatever, and you saw them do head-to-heads with the F-bodies and the Mustangs. The Mustangs usually performed as well or better than the F-bodies, and they were hundreds and hundreds of dollars cheaper. They weighed less, and they were even better on gasoline than those big F-bodies. And then, like I said, the F-bodies improved, so did the Mustangs. And they, the horsepower wars went back and forth with those. And then in 2002, the horsepower war ended for a while. And Ford came out victorious because the F-bodies stopped production in 2002. 2002 was when this body was in existence, the new Edge. And they had already shown their hand for 2005 with a clean sheet design, a retro look Mustang with a 300 horsepower V8, which at the time was pretty damn good. And I think at that point GM decided to throw in the towel for them, and it turned out to be for a good number of years, until the current Camaros came out, and hell, Pontiac disappeared completely. So the Mustang nameplate is a survivor. It's an originator. It's a survivor. It's value for money. It's high performance when high performance was beginning to take off. Who in 2003, now think back to 2003 when the Terminator motor came out. A factory supercharged V8 motor with air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, full warranty, and a bottom end that could survive up to 800 horsepower with a forged crank, forged pistons, forged rods, all from the factory. And what was GM doing? Nothing. And that Terminator motor Mustang could outrun Corvettes of the same era. I've taken out plenty of Corvettes from that era with this car. I may not handle as well as a Corvette of that era, You know, given the Corvette has a better suspension, but it's a two-seater versus this car, which is a four-seater. But still, this car is a survivor. This car reignited the horsepower wars again. It did it in '82. They kept it going through the '80s and '90s, and they reinvigorated the horsepower war when they came out with the Terminator. And every supercharged GT500 that came out after that, and the current Coyote motor that came out after that, they all owe their lineage back to this car, the 03-04 New Edge Terminator Mustang, which, if you remember from previous video, this car has one of those motors now, and it's bulletproof. Now, yeah, Mopar is back in the game with the Challenger and the Charger and all the various motors that they have. Well, they were playing catch up to Ford. Camaro is back in the horsepower game too with their LS motors, but Pontiac's long gone. So no, you guys, Poncho fans out there, you've got nothing. You go buy a Chevy. How does that taste? Oh, and by the way, in terms of quality and ergonomics and drivability, Mustang is light years ahead of the Camaro. You ever sat in one of those modern Camaros? You can't see. You can barely see forward. You certainly can't see out the back. You know, try changing lanes in that car. Yeah. Go drive a Mustang and thank me later. These cars started it. These cars continued it when everyone else dropped out. These cars survived it. These cars innovated. These cars re-innovated and re-innovated and injected life back into the horsepower wars when everyone else was going for low emissions or fuel economy or whatever. These cars kept the flame alive longer than everyone else. And all those reasons and more are why the Mustang is superior. Now, has Ford made mistakes with the Mustang? Absolutely. They made several mistakes of putting an inline six truck motor into the early Fox body Mustangs. Putting in a V6 motor in later model Mustangs that blew head gaskets faster than a fat man eats a bag of potato chips. And don't even get me started on that electrical abomination SUV that they put a Mustang symbol on. If I were king for a day, I would find out the committee that decided that was a good idea, and I would have them flogged. That would be task number 2 on the list. You don't want to know what task number 1 is. Yeah, Ford has made mistakes with the Mustang. Thankfully, very few. And the one mistake they didn't make, which everyone else made, was discontinuing the car completely. These reasons are why the Mustang is the superior muscle car. These are the reasons why the Mustang is the best. Now, I know I'm going to put this out, and all my friends who are not Mustang guys, and there are a lot of them, are going to troll the hell out of me in the comments down below. Go ahead. You'll never convince me otherwise. But please, shoot your best shot. But anyway, this is your boy, Celine Driver, proud Celine Driver. And I'm signing off.